get to? I need 4 more. Do you need 4 more? Yes.
Okay. 3 more.
3 more.
Should be able to continue our...
So you guys got my email about what's the best way to level stuff?
Yes, and I responded.
Yes, but now's the time to respond while being recorded. So the question goes is that in games like in WoW and any game really that has multiple different jobs you can be and lets you actually not have to pick one and stay with it, or maybe just pick one and like make an alt or whatever. The question is like, what's the best way to level those? Do you keep it even? Is it better to keep things even and go up like at a steady rate? Assuming you, of course, you have the time, because this is a complete time sink at this point.
Right.
Or is it better to keep with one until you finished it? Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a fire. Wait, I don't even think you use those anymore.
Those used to be, no, not really. They are used, but no one really uses them.
Yeah. Or some middle ground. What do you think your choice is?
It all depends on people. Like, I tend to pick a class, and if I'll play... Usually what I'll try and do is I'll try and play any of the classes that look interesting to me. I will try to play at least through the starting zone to kind of get a feel for the class. If I find that it is in fact interesting, usually I'll take it all the way to max level, and then I'll go back and do something else.
So you don't bother doing stopping, trying things out before.
Not usually, unless I'm...
Unless you find it boring.
Right, like if at some point I get kind of bored, I might go try something else. But usually, like I've noticed, it's level a class all the way to max, and then go back and try another class. Because usually, going into it, I have a pretty good idea of what each class is going to be like for playstyle, and so I tend to stick to certain classes initially, and then I'll go back just for kind of a change of pace. Like I'll usually try to alternate. Like I'll go, like for instance, a range class and then a melee class, and then back and forth, so that each time I'm playing it, there's a slight bit of variation to help offset the fact that I'm doing the exact same thing for like a second.
Does a job a range, like a melee DPS versus melee tank, does that ever affect what you do?
Ding. Not really, because I don't really do a lot of tanking, even with really in any class. It's just not something I really enjoy doing very much.
Or healing. We'll say healing.
Oh, healing
versus. Okay, basically, instead of looking at it as distance versus range or versus close up, looking at it more like healing versus DPS versus tanking.
Yeah, mostly. I'm not exclusively, but I'm primarily a DPS player. But I have one character that I leveled using only, almost exclusively in dungeons as a healer.
Right, that was your druid, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Phoenix, what do you think?
Well, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Okay. All right. Well, how about?
Go ahead.
Your intent in Elder Scrolls. Yeah. Is to get all your characters to level 50?
Ish.
Right?
Yeah.
50-ish, right?
Then you go into the veteran stuff and then do
right.
whatever. Yeah.
Right. So what is your preferred strategy to get all those characters, and you have like 8 of them, to level
don't kill them.
50?
Don't kill them. Oh. We're not trying to kill them. We're trying to lure them.
What's your strategy to getting them to level 50? What's your preferred strategy?
Well,
focusing. I must have hit it with a dot or something. Sorry.
Okay, it happens.
So,
I got right there.
Unless I've played the game before, I need to try out the characters to figure out which one I like. I have certain things that I like to do with certain characters, and then other things I don't like to do, and it kind of depends on what I feel like doing. Right. So, right now, I have 5 different characters that I'm playing in Elder Scrolls.
Thank you a lot. So what question is this?
How to make fresh meat again.
Oh, I don't even have that one.
Oh, there you go. What? Why are you not eligible for it? Are you still level?
I'm 49. So.
Fine. Do you have the one that killed Blaze Runner?
Yeah.
Right, let's go do that.
So you try them all out first, and then.
Well, what I did was at least with this one is that I didn't really know that much about the characters ahead of time before selecting mine, and I picked one that I thought was going to give me sort of the combination that I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which typically for me ends up having to be in between both somebody that does the damage, but then also someone that does healing. Because I end up playing a lot of my own, so I have to be able to take on both roles, right?
Right. Besides,
Yeah. So that first character, I like the character itself, but I don't feel like I didn't really understand their skills enough. Then I decided I was going to play a different character, a sorceress character, and that suited me very well. I liked that. And then played her for quite a while. She's my highest level character, actually. She's 31. But what ended up happening is I thought, well, if I like this character, then what about the other characters, the other classes? So is there another one that I would like to play? So then that's why now I have 3 different Templars and one in each of the alliances.
Yeah, but Templars are. I mean, you have ranged. You have some of them. They're all Templars, but some of them are like magic users, and other ones are like walk up and whack people with maces.
Yeah.
So it's like.
That's what I really liked about the Templar class itself, is because it rides that line between you can do a lot of damage, like a lot of damage, and then there's also this skill set line that gives you the opportunity to do healing of both yourself and of others. So that really suits me, because if I'm playing a lot on my own, or if I'm doing like dungeon stuff, then that works out well, because then I can, switch out depending on who I'm playing with or who's I'm matched up with, sort of what that one character can float between the both roles. But
how do you approach leveling all the other characters that you have? I mean, you have your other Templars, your 3 Templars. How do you choose which one to do or to be?
Well, I make them all very different, and I kind of it's gonna sound weird, but I kind of give them like their own little backstory things.
That's not weird. That's cool. That's what that is. That's fluff. That's a fluff pet player. I am proud to hear that.
So I have like in my own little, and you've seen my characters, right? Like they all are very different looking.
Yep.
They range the whole from like little teeny tiny cute thing to a big orc to an elf to they're, and so I kind of give them in my mind like they all have their own little kind of backstory, and it's like, so when I come in today, who do I want to play? Who do I want to be? Who does, what's kind of my mood? Do I want to go around bashing stuff, or do I want to go around like exploring and kind of just checking things out? What's kind of my mood? And then I kind of base it off of that. Although I'll say that the 3 characters that I started 3 almost at about the same time. And
go ahead, Jim or Xavier.
And they're all right around the same level of experience. Well, the one is the one character has gotten up to 24, and the other ones are like at 20 and 19 or something like that. But I started them all at the same time, and I just would float between the characters, whatever.
Do you generally feel that it's better to keep the levels even?
I do that in this particular game because what happens, because the races are different, even though they're Templars, the races are different, and they're in different dominions or alliances in this game, different countries, if people aren't familiar with how they break it up here. But they, so I give them all each different, so one of them wears the light armor, the elf is wearing the light armor, my little feisty character, the little teeny tiny power ball, she wears medium armor, and then my big orc wears heavy armor. So it works because I do the hand-me-down effect. So when I get something, I'm like, oh, this is great, but it's light armor, and this character doesn't use it. I'm like, yes, it goes in the bank. And so then when my elf gets ready to be at that level, she's already got this already in the bank, ready, waiting for her to use.
Yes, the age-old this I can't use this thing, but this other person will be able to use it eventually.
Well, but see, by keeping them close together and the leveling, it's not that far eventually away, right? It's
Right. Yeah.
pretty. I mean, and if I decide I
There,
really
now I'm
want
level
to
50.
use it or implement it or whatever, all I have to do is usually play that character for a little bit, and they'll go up those levels in order to be able to use it if they can't use it at that time.
Nice.
So,
Sound
but
reason.
I still have my the highest level character that I have. I'm going to be playing her again some more since I've gotten these other characters up in terms of their skills and all of that, because I still want to be able to use her. She's one of my favorite characters to play. She's a sorceress, and she's a lot of fun to... She's the one that has Sparky and Izzy.
Whoa. That's a big thing. So, for those that you don't know, Phoenix is good about streaming as she plays. So, if you'd like to see her characters and talk to her directly, you can check out on Twitch. So, that's cool, under Phoenix Green Eyes. She is a wonderful person to watch. She is very enthusiastic about the way she presents her characters, and she's more than willing to talk to you about outfit design while you do it, too, which is actually a lot of fun.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so are we killing this dude?
Yeah, hey, I'm waiting for you to send Bear in.
All right.
I'm not tanking this thing.
No. You're right. I was just curious if we were just
Where's
sitting
your
here
bear, Fear? Come on. Bring him on board.
He's right there. He's right on top. He's doing his job.
Looking a little green in the gills there.
He's fine. He's only down 100 health, so.
Let's take cover. Oh, wait, he's dead.
What was that?
Alright, so we still need a boatload of legs,
legs.
which there's none.
Well, we get 6 per thing, so.
It looks like it, yes. We may have just gotten lucky on the first few.
So we'll work our way out of here.
We'll try one of the other branches.
So yeah, streaming, she's excellent. She's sometimes she'll just stream for me, and but the company's always nice, and she's good when she knows she has people. She's good about talking to them too. So
Thank you, Fear.
So yeah, no, it's the truth.
Nothing here. Alright, let's try going out. I wonder if this is more of a like around the edge kind of thing, or the.
Wow, there are a lot of bears here.
Oops, wrong way.
So I happen to agree with you as far as the leveling technique. I'm a fan of playing the way you want. It's like, what do you feel like doing today? It's like, okay, then I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually, like I said, this is a really common thing to happen with games, MMOs specifically. Mass Effect was a huge one for that, where you had so many different character classes to try out and understand how they interacted with each other. That was just amazing. Phoenix and I still agree that's probably one of the best multiplayer games you can get.
Absolutely.
Or play. So.
And that was the fun about that too, is because the characters are so different, and it kind of falls into the Elder Scrolls piece too, is that because the characters are so different, I don't feel like I have to sort of play to its style. I can play the way I want to play a character that day, and have fun the way I feel like doing it, as opposed to, oh, I have to do this or I have to go do that.
Yep. Lately, and the reason why I bring this up is lately I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and for those that don't know, Final Fantasy XIV's one of its strengths, I feel, is the fact that it allows you to play all 24 odd classes at once, more or less. And so while I have a main class, a lot of the other ones kind of fell by the wayside because and now I'm looking at the levels and they're very uneven. I'm like, how do I, what's the best approach to leveling this, other than just sitting down and putting the time into it? Because, again, those that don't know, I got a pretty short attention span when it comes to, just about anything. So.
Oof, ain't that the truth? I'm amazed you made it through this entire video.
Ow! Ow, man! That hurts. Close to the heart. Close to the heart.
Well, I'm not hearing Phoenix deny. So.
No, she's the brunt of it just about as much as anybody. Because there are times when I'll be like, because really Phoenix and I hang out on Xbox more than anything,
Right.
And so we'll hang out for like a couple of months as we play our games together. If they're the same game, great. If not, it doesn't matter. But we'll hang out, and then I'll disappear for like 2 or 3 months because suddenly something else completely catches my eye, as far as a game which is like on the computer, or maybe a role playing book or reading in general.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a sign of how it is that you were considering making a series of YouTube videos called The Wheel of Interest, and you were actually to spin a wheel to see what you that particular.
Like, this is what I'm recording. Why? Because this is what I felt like doing.
Because the wheel is all powerful, and the wheel tells.
The wheel is all powerful. Honestly, it's a weird thing that comes up and creeps up on me, and then suddenly it's just gone. And I really wish I had the focus to stick to one thing for more than like a few. Sometimes I played WoW for 6 years.
Off and on. Yep.
No, not even off and on. That was like my first stint of completeness.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 6 years or 4 years? It was a long time. Yeah. And then I just kind of stopped, and now WoW kind of became an off and on sort of situation.
Yep.
And so it's just one of those things. It's kind of just the way I am, but I'm not sure if that means I have like a short attention span or if I just get bored easy. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes, it is. I mean, God, you never want to see me in a meeting of any sort because I'm just like, unless I have like a piece of paper and I'm literally drawing something or taking notes, I am like nodding off. I mean, you on the same level when Xavier and I we role play on Fridays normally,
yep.
And our last sessions were D&D, and I wrote, I think, ended up like 12 pages of typed notes. Mm-hmm. That from like what happened to us and what our game master said and things like that. It was less of a and it did come in handy because we were able to look at it again and go, hey, this is what's going on. I gotta pick one. But more precisely, it kept me. This is gonna sound bad. It kept me awake.
Well, and because our games went very late for what you're normally considered to be the times because you're not used to staying awake until 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's just not part of your normal schedule. So, me, I do it with energy drinks and determination, and you fiddle.
I don't really.
All right. So
how come I still got this? I still got the quest item for scraps of rotting meat.
Yeah. Well, that's because I shared the quest.
Can I just get rid of it?
No, because we haven't done the quest yet.
He just shared it with you, silly.
Oh, I thought we'd already done it.
No, that's what I'm doing right now.
Hold on a second. I'm selling shit.
Oh my gosh.
Attention span, anyone?
I know. This is not attention span moment. This is a. I am.
This is a how much can you annoy me moment.
Well, I do that too.
The answer is also yes.
It is, by the way. This is the week of Xavier's birthday. He is.
Oh.
I am some age.
He is some age. I was gonna say 25, but
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, we'll be the forever 25-year-olds.
Right, no, I turned 37. It's not actually a big deal.
No, it's not. So. But still, we're not going to get into that. But it is his birthday, so everybody should write a comment in the comment section saying "Happy Birthday, Xavier."
And you can go ahead and mention how old I am. I am aware of that. So I hear it all the time.
What was it? I was listening to another streamer, and they were talking. One person was talking about, and like one of their people, like the people that were in their stream, and says, "Yeah, I was like 8 at that point," and they're talking about 2001 or something like that. Something happened in 2000. No, it was 2003 that this event was happening.
And they were 8.
And they're like, and the person, someone in their chat was like, "Yeah, I was 8 at that point," and I'm just like, "Wait, that means they were born in '95." Son of a gun, I'm just like, oh my god.
You mean when we were sophomore, juniors in high school?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, ah.
All right, do you get all 4?
No, I just got 3.
Well, then go get the last one yourself then.
What do I do? Use the bait? I'm busy entertaining.
So what you do is you target one of them, you throw the meat at them, and then you run away so that they run through that little pit with the spikes, and then that's it.